Welcome to the Love Deep Lab podcast, helping you integrate sex, sexiness, sacredness, and science in your life and your bedroom. And now, your host, Dr. Stormy.
Hi, Dr. Stormy here. Thanks for joining us today on the Love Deep Lab podcast. I'm really excited to share some time with you today and talk about the fall season. I am a Libra baby. I love the fall. It is my personal favorite season, but I'm really excited to share with you today some tips on how to enjoy and allow the fall to teach us, to help have us be our greatest, best, brightest self, and to really take time to be in our best and most deepest personal development and transformation during this fall season that started last week. So I think of it as we have there's 4 seasons. No matter where we are in the world, they may vary a little bit in duration and intensity, but we have the fall, followed by the winter, followed by the spring, followed by the summer. And we can learn so much from Earth, from Mother Nature, from Pachamama, and by her rhythms, by the seasons. And so today is really about taking the time to just talk briefly about the seasons and what we can learn from them, but really to get into the fall season. And there's so much we can learn from the gorgeous fall season. Look at the seasons, right? So much changes in the seasons, the temperature, the days of the length of the days and nights, the tides. Our circadian rhythms, our hormones, right? We do move and change with the seasons. And some of us are more sensitive to the seasons and to the seasonal changes than others. But the season really does impact you. So take a moment just right now and just notice, how are you feeling as we step into fall? Last week we started fall, first day of fall. Now we are moving into the fall. We're seeing the, length of the evenings getting shorter. You may have a harder time waking up in the morning because of the cooler temperatures, or you may just find yourself really excited about the cooler temperatures. But we really do have these 4 seasons of growth in our life. We have different seasons that we transition through in life, in our soul, in our personal development, in our relationships. And so today is really just talking about the fall season. So fall is the most inward of the spiritual seasons. Really is a time for pause, a time for reflection. And as you know, in the Love Deep Lab podcast, we talk a lot about mindfulness and pause because, sensuality and pleasure lies in the pause. So this fall really is about pausing and looking back and taking reflection, kind of this kind of a loving personal self-inventory. And I think everyone on the planet should pause and do a self-inventory. It's also a time of cleansing, right? It's a time of cleansing the past, looking towards the future. And it's a really powerful time to set your intentions, especially as we move into the winter and towards the new year. So today I'm going to talk about fall tips for your personal growth. So the first tip is to slow down. Take note of the changing of the leaves, right? The turning of the colors, the falling of the leaves, the temperature getting cooler, depending where you are in the world, but might be getting here in Utah, it's getting a lot cooler. And so slowing down to notice these things, and also following the rhythm of things slowing down. Maybe you've noticed your garden, the growth in your garden slowing down, your flower growth slowing down, but following the rhythm and taking time to slow down. Fall can often be so busy because kids are going back to school. If you have kids, right, we've gone from summer to fall. And I think right now a lot of travel, live music came back. So there can be a busyness to it. And then as we move from summer to fall, noticing a slowing down and allowing yourself and gifting yourself a slowing down. Even if that just means for a few minutes a day, you pause and slow yourself down. And I say this because I'm a busy person. I run several businesses. I'm a single mom. So this is a reminder to myself as well to slow down. The second fall personal development tip is gratitude and nostalgia, right? It is the season of Thanksgiving. We also have Halloween in there. So it was about gratitude and nostalgia. So for me, the fall feels incredibly nostalgic. It reminds me of my childhood. Like I mentioned, I'm a Libra baby, so I love to be out and hiking and the turning of the leaves. But what are you grateful for? Not just the people, but also the things in your life. Taking a moment to notice, to say in your mind and to say out loud, to possibly to journal your gratitudes, your blessings, and anything that comes up from childhood that you maybe haven't even noticed. I just got the chance to celebrate my niece's bat mitzvah with family, and it was so special to be with family. And again, that nostalgia piece, I think I had taken it for granted. Pre-COVID times, I don't think it would have landed as deeply and sacredly as it did for me. So what is it that you're grateful for? Who is it that you're grateful for? And here's a little extra sexy homework challenge. Tell those people, share with those people that you are grateful for them and why you're grateful for them. It is so powerful to share our gratitudes. It helps them to grow and to multiply. It helps them to land more deeply. So sharing, acknowledging and sharing your gratitudes and blessings during this fall season. And the third tip is a little bit more of a practical tip. It's kind of nesting, right? If you look at what the animals do in nature as they start to kind of, grab food and get prepared for the winter, right? So there's this nesting, there's this preparation place. So it's really about kind of spending more time with family, And this might be family of origin, this might be chosen family, it might be both. Right now, I know it's a little bit more tricky in COVID, but we are, hopefully you're able to spend more time with people. And it's got this kind of nesting, like think about fireplace and snuggling in with a hot cup of coffee or cocoa or tea, but really spending time with family and friends in your home, in your sanctuary, in your space, and having that kind of yummy, cuddly, cozy fall feeling. So doing that in the fall will also help to nourish your spirit. The fourth tip for the fall is it's a really wonderful time to try some new hobbies and to work on self-improvement, right? So the new hobbies thing is kind of like, again, that like as we're nesting, maybe there's some books you want to read, or doing some puzzles, or cooking some new foods, or anything at all, a new sort of movement. Maybe you want to dance, maybe you want to hike, maybe you want to walk, but bringing in some new hobbies as we prepare for the new year, as we prepare for the winter season. And along with the new hobbies is this kind of time to nest and prepare our inner landscape. So, right, we can spend so much time in our outer landscape, which is important, but how is your inner landscape? So looking at taking time to pause and look inside, this personal self-inventory, look inside at your inner landscape. How is your soul? How is your heart? How is your anxiety? Is it there? Is it present? Is it intense? And you look with compassion and love and curiosity, not with shame or judgment, as little as those as you can. You want to look with curiosity, and you have to pause, you have to go inward. It's courageous to do a self-inventory, but doing a self-inventory during the fall is a fabulous way to maximize your growth and just be in your greatest self. And the fifth tip is think of it as harvest time, because this is sort of a continuation of that self-inventory, right? But in nature, fall is a time to harvest. So it really is a time to look look back. Right? So what have you been reaping, right? Because now you get to harvest it. So you get to see you get to bear the fruits of all of your efforts. And this is inward efforts and outward efforts. This is external achievements, internal achievements. So what have you been planting and growing? And now you get to harvest it and reap it. And again, with love and compassion, where did you rock it? Like, where were your victories? And really celebrate those things. And then where did you maybe fall short of your own desires and expectations of your own goals for yourself? Where were you maybe in procrastination more than you would like to be? And so you get to look back, you get to harvest, you get to reap the benefits, and you also get to notice where you want to adjust, course correct, and make changes as we move into the winter season. So the fall is a fabulous time to look back, to celebrate your greatness, and also to course correct and adjust where you need to. So your sexy homework for the week were those 5 tips. Give it those 5 tips a try. Take the time this week to try 1, 2, all of them, and moving into the fall, honoring the fall, and really allowing the fall to sort of teach us. Again, Mother Earth, nature has so much to teach us, right? Our body wisdom is really connected to the rhythms of nature and the rhythms of this earth. And I think also just for me, I want to just encourage you too, to love on this earth a little more in the fall. She's so stunning in the fall, and Mother Nature is so powerful in the fall. So notice her, honor her, love her, and try out these 5 tips so that you can have a really fabulous fall. I wish you a happy fall, and I really am excited to hear how these go for you. Please feel free to comment, subscribe, all the things that we can do to keep growing this amazing Love Deep collective. But I'm also absolutely totally open to DMs or emails. How are the fall tips going for you? Which ones feel really good? Which ones do you feel stuck in? And I'm happy to help cheerlead for you this fall. So thank you for sharing time today, and thank you for being brave and opening your hearts to love